Welcome guys to a new series on the channel where I will show you Topless Gun's Steam replies. For each month, since January is over, we can go through all the replies, and I just want to remind you to subscribe. And like the video, start of on 1st of January, the Rivet in the MWC Amistec page has a vinyl top, but I noticed it's missing any chrome trim that kind of holds it down in position. Will this be added, or is it in-game and just not on the car? There is black plastic strip, but it is hard to see from the image. Older Rivet models come with chromed trim. Newer facelift model uses mostly plastic parts. Are they interchangeable? Some are, but not everything. For the windows on Rivet, he said that they are just completely frozen and not missing any texture. As we thought before, then on 6th of January, he answered the question about museum vehicles. In real-life, cars that are over 10 years old must be inspected every year, while museum vehicles require inspection only every 2 years. It would be nice if the museum version of the Chorus Rivet only needed inspection every 8 weeks instead of inspecting it every 4 weeks like the standard version. Yes, this is the idea. Then someone on 8th of January talked about trailer in my winter car, where he said, "Well, thank you and everyone for playing and liking. I did not make the trailer. It is a work of Tamo's voice actor." Then, on 9th of January, someone asked, "Is the black undercarriage final, or will it be rusty in the final game?" The game does not have any rust system, so everything you see is just visual. That's why I want to make the car body look solid, that player does not have feeling that the car is rotten rust bucket. Because if it were, that would need to be simulated somehow. Now we have question about hockey in the game on the 13th of January, where he answered with, "Not national matches, as they are usually played during late spring. The hockey series is played by regional teams. It has team rankings, so the match outcomes are not completely random. That makes it easier for betting and taking planned betting risks if I ever get the betting feature in. However, the matches work already. You can't view the matches from TV, but results can be seen in teletext. It has match results, point standings, and player rankings." Then someone asked him on the 14th of January if it's harder to make the game or play it. It is a lot harder to be successful in the game than making it. DMWC does have more of difficult systems from development point of view, but those all have been done already. Then someone asked a few questions about the technical improvements in the game on the same date, 14th of January, but he answered in one, so here is a long question that includes all the small questions. What technical improvements have you made for MWC that players will notice? And can we expect it to run smoother than MSC, which has performance issues? Will MWC have similar hardware requirements to MSC? And is it designed with higher visual quality, like better textures and 3D models? Or is it similar with expanded features? When do you think MWC will release? Days, weeks, months, or years? On a personal note, was MSC your first game? Or did you have other projects? How did you learn game development? Through formal education or self-teaching? What inspired you to make MSC? And were you surprised by its success? Are you happy with MSC's state? Or do you think you could have done things differently? I never learned to make a game. That's why I made MSC, and it is what it is. But as for actually doing it, if you really truly need and want to make a game, you will learn what is required. But you have to really want it. It is a lot work, especially when learning from scratch. I had a background in 2D/3D graphics and soundworks, so it helped a lot as I didn't have to figure those out. You also need to have an idea that you are personally actually interested about. Then figure out the game engine of 2020s that best works for your needs, and start small. First thing I ever did in Unity was a door that could be opened, but the idea, it is everything. You need to be absolutely passionate about it. Don't even consider making a game without such idea. Unless the game is simple as some Atari 2600 games, that can be seen as prototypes for learning. Then you need to be passionate about the learning itself. Chances are that if you are passionate about the idea and game, other people see that as well. That's what most likely happened with MSC. Also remember that ideas can't be protected, but passion can't be copied. MSC was not the first game, he said in a live stream. There are other projects that are either long gone or never seen the public eye. One game was released but already lost. One game never got released. Together with those, there are dozens of prototypes laying around in my hard drives and 3 released Game Jam games. Moving to the next one on the 21st of January, how much IRL time does it take to completely earn the money and build the Rivet and get it ready for racing? How Topless described it in some threads seems it could be a lot longer than MSC. Never gotten to that point. I know you need to work quite hard to afford the special racing parts. Stock engine won't work in circuit racing because the car itself is at disadvantage being large and heavy, but you might be able to do some junior rally with almost stock engine. Availability for most of the parts is always good, but money is the issue. Then the last one is about the temperature in the game that was asked on the 25th of January. In extreme snowfall, is it safe to say that inside the car with the heater on it will be very warm, right? Now, if the Rivet engine fails in the middle of the road without any possibility of getting out of the car and walking away, is it safe to say that inside the car I will be protected from the cold because of the heat that the heater generated? Or as soon as the heater turns off, the cold takes over the car cabin? Even modern cars with better insulation lose interior temperature very fast if heater is not on, so without heater you won't do well very long. It is a difficult situation if it is cold outside. Best thing is to keep your survival clothing with you and get walking. So now if we do overview what we have all learned. In January, Topless Gun discussed technical details about the Rivet, museum vehicle inspections, gameplay mechanics like hockey matches, survival in cold conditions, and the challenges of game development. He shared insights into my winter car's design choices, development process, and personal experiences with game creation. So, what I want to do now is that I will be uploading monthly updates with Topless's Steam replies, but will sometimes upload if there will be some changes. Let me know if that idea of making monthly videos on his Steam replies is good, or would you suggest anything better? Also, do not forget to subscribe to the channel and like the video if you got any info out of it. Stay tuned for next month's replies.